You have changed my life. You have no idea what you've done for me. I've come from someone that never spoke, was hiding within themselves, living a very sad life, actually. You've given me the tools, you've given me the resources, you've helped me to be here, to stand up, to shine my light, to be an example for others. And I'll be forever grateful to you for what you've done.
It's been life-changing. And more importantly, it's really helped me understand myself better, which means that I can help others, like my own family, and be a better person for them.
I had so many issues in my life from my past, from my childhood, that I'd never dealt with. Not only did I do it for myself, but I'd done it for my son too. Like as a man, I don't want any more men not sharing about themselves and their life and holding in that bullshit that's killing our men. And if I don't want that to happen to my son, I have to do it. I have to be the example to him so that he can live his life fully without fear of emotion and express his emotion and grow into a true man.
I just realized that this 10 days sounds like a short period of time, but I know it's a lifetime. Now I really own it, and I'm carrying responsibility to make my life better and make everything around me. And my t-shirt says it all, think big.
You know, I'll never be the same again. And I know why I'm here now. Like, I truly know why I'm here now. And I wrote the other day that a magical thing happens when you get to know yourself, and I mean really get to know yourself. And that is that then everybody around you suddenly begins to look perfect just the way they are. Yeah, I think even with all my past limiting beliefs, I've always kept my soul whole. And today I'm feeling completely into the wholeness of that.
The greatest asset we human beings have is actually our mind. Fortunately, most people treat it like garbage. Think about negative self-talk. That in itself is an epidemic. Think about it. You would never speak to others the way you speak to yourself. Why do we do this? In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you the 3 secrets of breaking free from your programming, transforming your relationships, getting unstuck, and healing from trauma faster than you ever thought possible. And all of that by harnessing the power of neurolinguistic programming and hypnotherapy. At the same time, I'm going to dispel the myths and misconceptions that have developed over the years about NLP and hypnosis, so that you can understand exactly how they work with the most powerful part of you, your unconscious mind. In fact, to put it mildly, it's not what most people think. You see, people at the highest levels of coaching, of healing, of business, sport, entertainment, and so many other professionals are actually using these very tools to put their best foot forward in whatever they do. And I want to give people like you the opportunity to apply these methods to achieve transformation in your own lives. Now, whether you're an existing health provider, a healer, or a coach, or you simply have a calling in your heart to learn and help others, this is your opportunity to acquire a life-changing skill, not only for yourself, but something that will benefit people in your life, including the people that are most important to you. Now, before we start, allow me to ask you a question. Does it ever feel like you're fighting some sort of imaginary force? Something you cannot see? Something that prevents you from taking the actions and executing on the behaviors required to get the best outcomes for your life? Like, if you could just fix this one thing in your brain, in your heart, or even your soul, like the sky would just open up and suddenly you'll be living the life you want and become the person you were destined to be. Well, guess what? You're not imagining it, actually. It is real. And it's rooted in the most foundational concepts in human psychology. And that's what I'm going to talk about here today. Welcome. My name is Reg Malhotra. I'm a hypnotherapist, a neurolinguistic programmer, and trainer in both these fields. I'm the founder of Neuromasters Academy. My goal here today is to help you take an important first step in your journey to healing, creating lasting transformation in your life, and for some of you, in the lives of many others. But first, let's be clear. There is one thing that is getting in the way of what you want and deserve in this life. One thing that allows your insecurities to be triggered and rise up to the surface. One thing that always seems to cause you to say or do the wrong thing at the wrong time or the wrong place. One thing that stops you from consistently doing what's best for your health and finances. One thing that prevents you from controlling your own thoughts and influencing the people around you. And one thing that keeps you focused on your past trauma and future worries so they can never really seem to fully enjoy and be present in life. Friends, this one thing is a problem that afflicts so many people in this world that it represents an opportunity not only quickly change the course of your own life, but the lives of others around you. If you are a person who has healing in your dreams and in your heart. Now here's why this problem is so vexing, so frustrating, but almost humorous at the same time. We almost always know what's best for us. In our conscious mind, that is. So often, we already know what the answers are. It's not rocket science. We keep telling ourselves over and over what we should do with our money, how we should take care of our bodies, what boundaries we should set, what we should say to other people, and how we should react. And sometimes we can do it, yet so often we cannot. As a result, we're prevented from reaching out and receiving the benefits and joys in life that are directly in front of our eyes. Sometimes we try so hard, feel so much, putting ourselves out there for the benefit of others, especially the people we love. And yet, somehow, we can end up feeling so empty. Like we have nothing to show for our empathy and efforts. Why is this? Like I said, I'm Reg Malhotra, founder of Neuromasters Academy, and a long time ago, after intense struggles with some of the same things you may be struggling with, I discovered, and thank God I did, I discovered the secrets of taking control over my thoughts and my actions at a root level. You see, when I was in my 20s, I was miserable, stuck, I felt unworthy. I experienced multiple calamities, and I know many people do, and many of you probably have, but I was scared of others most of the time. In general, I could not create good relationships. I couldn't find happiness in any work that I was doing. And I did not have the confidence to share my gifts or even to know what they were. See, I was no one special, a below average person living a hopeless life. And no matter what I did, I always went back to the same position. I'm so thankful today that I made the decision to dig into the science and really understand human psychology at a fundamental level so I could change the outcomes for myself and others. I was hungry for the answer to what it takes to be passionate and happy in life. And I found it. I found the code to rewiring my own mind and using its exponential powers. You see, willpower is good, but it has its limits. I knew I needed something more than that. Now, since then, I've not only changed my life, I've helped thousands of others achieve real change in their own lives by really harnessing the power of NLP and hypnosis to communicate with their subconscious minds and fundamentally change how they think. I'm really pleased when I say this. In turn, many of my students have become board certified NLP practitioners and hypnotherapists. It's allowed them to create abundance for themselves while helping so many others in the world benefit from the healing power of these powerful secrets. And so what do you really need to become a board certified hypnotherapist or NLP practitioner, you may be wondering? Well, first, you need an open mind. 2, you need curiosity. 3, you need a passion for learning, lifelong learning. And last but not the least, you need a non-negotiable mission in life to help others. This training is for you. If you would like to have the motivation and inspiration to build a profitable business and put yourself out there without fear or anxiety, achieve true financial independence and the ability to change the lives of those around you. It's one thing to make money, but it's another to make money while doing something you love and feeling fulfilled, as I do today. And this training is also for you if you would like to have a community of people who support you through the process. Probably one of the best communities you could ever be around. And finally, to just feel like yourself, the person you are meant to be. And this training is not for you if you want to learn, and I'm going to say this emphatically right now. If you want to learn NLP or hypnotherapy to take advantage of others, then that's not what this is about. That's not what our school is about. We do not teach that. And by the way, it usually won't work for that anyway. So if that's you, a person who wants to learn this for some nefarious reasons, then please go ahead and close this window. Now, back to what I was talking about a few minutes ago. The one thing. You see, here's a key to all of this. After years and years of doing this, I've learned one simple thing that has had a greater impact than anything else about human psychology, which is that the subconscious mind always wins. By the way, we also refer to it as the unconscious mind. You see, it works almost like gravity. It's one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Or the house, when one goes into the casino, or the weather. Your subconscious seems beyond your control, and therefore your life appears beyond your control. See, your conscious mind can believe whatever it wants, say whatever it likes, and set any goals or objectives that seem appropriate. But if your subconscious mind is not fully on board, it doesn't really matter. You see, your subconscious mind is an invisible force. It is an intelligence that has the ability to override your logical decision making and really push you towards anything it likes or away from anything that it does not. Your subconscious is the one thing that's getting in the way of you being the person you're born to be. Does that sound familiar? The problem is that you and I and we are literally of two minds. And if your life is not going the way you'd like, it's because those two minds are constantly working at cross purposes. I know we sometimes say that as a joke, that we are of two minds on something, but that's literally the case every day for most people. So here's the question of the day. What if your subconscious mind was fully aligned with your conscious mind? Just imagine what would happen. The behaviors and actions required for you to achieve the best outcomes in your life would become virtually automatic. In fact, some of the people we've trained have talked about them feeling like they're unstoppable. You wouldn't argue with yourself anymore or stand in your way. You see, the actions and behaviors that your conscious mind wants will become almost as easy as breathing or blinking. When the conscious and subconscious mind are aligned, it's like a force like no other. You could easily stop procrastinating and replace undesired habits with healthy ones. You'll be able to control your insecurities, impulses, and triggers. And you'll be able to take the actions and execute on the behaviors that would result in a life of prosperity and peace. I mean it. You will be able to move beyond past trauma and future worries so that you can fully enjoy and be present in your life. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. Okay? You know what you need to do in this life. In fact, most people know to achieve the outcomes that you want and deserve. And right now, you're not doing it. And what I'm saying to you is that your subconscious is the only thing standing in your way. Almost like a stubborn child that refuses to listen to logic and reason. I know it because I was there for a long time. You see, most people are completely ruled by their subconscious thoughts. Lucky for us, as it turns out, the subconscious is not like the weather or the casino or even gravity. By tapping into the power of hypnosis and neurolinguistic programming, we can actually learn to talk to our subconscious mind directly, to reprogram it to how we think at a more fundamental level, so that your subconscious is on the same page as your conscious mind and is pulling in the same direction. Imagine if you had that kind of control over your mental state, so that you were no longer merely an effect, but instead the cause. You may want to write this down. Think of it like this. Imagine if the weather was automatically synced up with your plans for the day, or if gravity only worked when you wanted it to, so that the wine glass wouldn't break when it slipped out of your hand. Imagine that. Or imagine if the casino owner was a close friend of yours and wanted to make you wealthy. How much easier would your life be? You see, that's what it would mean to be able to influence your subconscious. And that is, no matter what else you've heard about that, about NLP and hypnosis, I can tell you categorically, that is truly what NLP and hypnosis is all about. What NLP and hypnosis are about is bypassing the conscious mind so that changes can be made fast. You see, all learning, behavior, and change happens at the unconscious or the subconscious level. It may start at the conscious level. Think about it when you first learn to drive a car. You have to think about it consciously. Think about pressing the accelerator or the brake. You have to think about it consciously, but then at some point, it gets relegated to the unconscious level. And if all learning, behavior, and change happens at the unconscious level, then what would it be like to be able to bypass the conscious mind and go straight to the unconscious mind? Think about a smoker. How can someone who's been smoking for 20, 30 years give up smoking in a 2-hour session? How is that possible without reaching their unconscious mind directly? Now, let me dispel a few myths about hypnosis. There seem to be a lot of them out there. What is it and what it isn't? You see, I'm very passionate about this, and the amount of misinformation out there just amazes me. You see, hypnosis is a do-with process. There's no going under. Some of the common terms that I use. There is no one controlling you. In fact, you cannot hypnotize someone who isn't ready and willing. Now, it may look like that's how it works, particularly in stage hypnosis, but you see, people who do this for entertainment, they know how to quickly identify members who are actually open to hypnosis and to suggestions, and in whose value system it's quite acceptable to be the center of attention. So these participants, they're willing to be a subject for the entertainment of others. Hypnotists do not control. They are the guide. And anyone who's doing hypnosis can actually stop it at any time they choose. Hypnosis is not about the control of others. And as I said, I don't teach, nor should anyone, how to take advantage of people using hypnosis. Now, neurolinguistic programming and hypnosis are actually about using language, making suggestions to effectively bypass the critical faculty. It's like a wall between the conscious and unconscious mind. Bypass the logic and reason of the conscious mind to appeal to the part of the mind where changes really happen. That's what that is about. And when we communicate with this part of the mind, change happens faster than you can imagine. Now, to help you understand hypnosis, I want you to think about one of those times in your life when you felt absolute clarity, a complete inner calm, absolute clarity perhaps about who you were, where your life was going, how you felt about the things around you, and what you needed to do in order to achieve what it is you wanted to achieve. If you felt completely relaxed, both physically and mentally, it's probably one of those rare moments when you were completely in touch with your subconscious mind. And here's another way to help understand hypnosis. Let me help you feel what it's like so you can actually understand how hypnosis is really a state of relaxation with a single point of focus, and to make it easier, which makes it easier to connect with your subconscious mind. I'd like you to follow my instructions now and have an experience of how you are always in control and what hypnosis can feel like. So what I'd like you to do now is to take a deep breath in, hold it, and then breathe out. Take another deep breath in and breathe out for at least twice as long. That's right. And with the next breath in, as you breathe out, I'd like you to allow yourself to relax your eyes. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. And breathing out, just allow your eyes to relax. And what I'd like you to do is to relax all of the muscles around your eyes. Above your eyes, on the side, and below your eyes. Just letting go of any control. Completely relaxing all of the muscles around your eyes. Relax them so much that you couldn't relax them anymore. That's right. Complete relaxation. Relax them so much that you find that your eyes remain easily shut. And relax them even more. Relax them so much that no matter how much you try, your eyes just remain shut. In fact, the harder you try to open your eyes, the harder they remain shut. That's right. Feel that relaxation. Allow those eyes to remain shut. That's right. And as you relax through your eyes and all the muscles around your eyes, notice that the harder you try to open them, the harder they stay shut. That's right. Now, on the count of 3, I want you to gently open your eyes and come back to now. 1, 2, and 3. Gently open your eyes, come back to the room. Now that was you. You see, that was you who did that. You succeeded in having your eyes remain shut. And then you succeeded in opening them when you wanted to. Believe it or not, the ease with which you can do this is a sign of higher intelligence, higher IQ. It means you can follow instructions and you have great potential as a subject of hypnosis and also as a practitioner. Now, you may be asking, can I achieve the same thing with meditation? The answer is yes, but there are some key differences between hypnosis and meditation that make it so that most people can do hypnosis. The reality is that most people can do hypnosis, but they struggle with meditation. We get into reasons for that, why in our trainings, for the vast majority of people, hypnosis achieves far better and faster results. Another thing I want to talk about at this training today is the 3 secrets to healing and transforming fast. So here they are. Number 1, you need to be able to merge your conscious and unconscious beliefs. We just went through that earlier, how important it is and how the one thing that will affect your outcomes more than anything else is your subconscious mind. No more than 10% of your life's results come because of your conscious mind, because of your willpower, logic, reason, decision making. And 90 to 95% occur as a result of your unconscious mind. And between these two is a wall, something we call the critical faculty. This wall prevents a lot of information from reaching your unconscious mind. And sometimes, and many times, it is important that not all information reaches the unconscious mind. So there is a purpose to this wall. But if I'm really trying to change behavior, I do need to get to the decision maker inside me, which is the unconscious mind. You see, hypnosis and NLP are about temporarily dissolving that wall so you can have a conversation directly with your subconscious mind and persuade it towards what you're trying to do. For those of you who are wondering whether it can help you with letting go of past hurt or trauma, I can confirm to you that these are some of the most effective techniques to let go of the past completely within your nervous system, allowing negative emotions like anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt to be let go from the past, and also limiting beliefs that stand in your way and prevent you from taking the actions that your conscious mind knows you should take. And that is how you get real change in your behaviors and actions, and that will lead to the outcomes you're looking for in your life. The second secret is you need to have an identity that is not connected to your past. You see, the past is important. It's part of the fabric of who we are. But if our identity is connected only to our past, then we are going to be limited in our future. And that also is possible using NLP and hypnosis. And the third secret is to learn to use your emotions to attract the kind of people, circumstances, and opportunities that fit with your life and your goals. Now, I could go on and on about this because this is my passion, but these are the 3 secrets in summary form. And this is what we teach in great detail in our programs, including techniques and methods to be able to implement all three of these secrets if you decide to work with us. Now see, this is fundamentally about reaching and influencing the real decision maker in your life. That is your subconscious mind. You see, the richest, most successful, and happiest people in the world have the ability to reach and heavily influence their subconscious mind. Make no mistake, they do know, they have been advised, and they have done this work. So they are never working against themselves. And NLP and hypnosis are literally the fastest and most reliable ways of achieving that result. Now, if all that sounds interesting to you, and you'd like to consider working with Neuromasters Academy and myself, here's what I'd like to invite you to next. Please follow the link on your screen below to book an exploratory, a discovery call with our team. You see, the purpose of this call is to find out more about you, for us to find out more about you, where you're at in your journey, and what your objectives are. We'd also like to give you the opportunity to answer any questions you may have so you can get to know us a little bit better. Now on the call, we'll give you a step-by-step explanation of the process that is required to become certified in this incredible field of hypnotherapy and neuro-linguistic programming. 2, we'll show you all the options you'll have to make your own transformation and help others do the same. And 3, we'll provide you with a custom plan to build a highly profitable business doing what you love in the service of others, if that's something that is also part of your dream. Ultimately, we're interested in finding out if you're the right person to become an NLP and hypnotherapy practitioner. We only want to work with people that we believe we can truly help. And that's why we need to take this next step. With this one call, you might be able to put yourself in a position where you can dramatically change your own life by healing your past trauma and potentially unleashing your potential onto the world, and even becoming a guide, a coach, and a healer for others, if that's what drives you. Now, there's no obligation here. If after speaking with us, you don't think this is a good fit for you, we completely understand. And if we don't think this is the right fit for you, we'll tell you. So there's no downside. The absolute worst case is that you'll walk away with a fresh outlook and some new information to consider as you navigate this thing called life. You see, change can be difficult and scary. Trust me, I know. I've been there. But the alternative is much worse. I'm sure you've heard the definition of insanity: doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result. Why do we repeat the same mistakes and behaviors over and over again in the face of all scientific evidence, and despite the fact that we know better? The simple fact is that the subconscious mind wins every time. So until one learns to communicate with the subconscious mind, it's likely that nothing will change. And that, my friends, is what NLP and hypnosis is all about. Relaxing your conscious mind, getting it out of the way, so we can speak directly to the real decision maker in your life, your unconscious mind. If you get that part of you on board, I can guarantee that your behavior will start changing. Your outcomes will start changing, just like that. Now, all of these things, these habits, these traumas and insecurities are programs that are built into the unconscious mind. And NLP and hypnosis are the secrets to overcoming your programming and changing your life. You can start that process now by booking your no obligation exploratory call with us, so we can see if this will be right for you. You see, we're in an unprecedented period in the history of humanity, where the rate of change in our lives is continuing to accelerate, especially considering the world events over the last 3 years. Think about how differently people live now than they did even as recently as 10 years ago. And then imagine what things will look like even 5 years from now. In fact, we've heard somewhere the rate of change that will occur in the next 5 to 10 years will be greater than the last 1,000 years combined, the rate of change that is. So being the strongest is no longer the key to surviving and thriving. The most important factor that will determine the outcomes in your life going forward is your ability to quickly adapt to all the changes that are going on around us. And how do you do this? With these 2 skills. Number 1, rewiring your mind and your patterns. And we've been speaking a lot about that. Number 2, getting an irreplaceable skill set. No matter how much artificial intelligence there is something about being able to work and care and understand and empathize with another human being that a robot never can. This is what Neuromasters Academy is all about. You see, the traditional mental health system is broken and not being able to adapt quickly enough to deal with the challenges that are in front of us at this point in human history. People are struggling, looking for answers, and since COVID, the aftermath is likely to last for a very long time to come. And herein lies the opportunity for you. And this opportunity is only going to get bigger. So would you like to learn how to have complete control over your mind so you can bring your very best to every situation you're in? Are you ready to learn a new skill, a powerful new skill that you could use to not only heal internally, to let go of what's no longer serving you, but also to be able to create a prosperous future for yourself and for others? Listen, if your curiosity has brought you this far, probably means that you're an open-minded, lifelong learner who wants to find truth in the service of others and the exploration of self. So go ahead and please follow the link and book your call with our team. I believe that there are only a minority of people out there right now like you who have healing in your heart and are willing to put in the effort to understand and apply the skills I'm talking about. And if you do, it will create a ripple effect across humanity and the planet. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've really enjoyed sharing this training with you. I hope you got a lot out of it, and I hope to meet you in person very soon.